Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where I got some more Call of Duty World War II gameplay for you guys. And in this video I want to talk about the ranked play system that we have here in the game. I think the ranked play system isn't actually too bad, and I think every single Call of Duty game should have some sort of ranked play game mode. You know, I think it's a great way for some people who want to take a break from the casual scene of public multiplayer matches and actually go up against people that are really skilled, so that way you can put your skills to the test and see how good of a player you actually are in Call of Duty, I guess. And I think ranked play is a great place to do that. Another thing I would like to say about ranked play is that I think there are some issues with it that definitely need to be resolved. Like, for example, I know some people have won some placement matches when they first started playing ranked play, but those wins that they got actually got counted as losses for some reason, which I think is a huge no-no. I would be very pissed off if that happened to me. And a matter of fact, what actually happened to me was I actually didn't play a match at all. After I got done playing my first placement match, I was in a lobby for a second placement match, and I tried to back out of it, but for some reason I couldn't, and I got stuck on the screen where you had to vote for a map in game mode, and I think my game was frozen. So what I did was I quit the game, I opened it up again, and so I went back to ranked play, and I was temporarily disabled from playing it for some reason. I don't really know why, and it said, and I could still look at my placement matches, and it said I already played my second placement match and it counted as a loss, when in reality I haven't even loaded into a multiplayer match for the second placement game. I just think that was so stupid. I hated that so much. It counted as a loss for because my game froze, basically. I did not like that at all. And so yes, there are some little issues that I think can easily be resolved in the game, but there are definitely some other things about ranked play that I think that can actually make it a lot better. Now, one thing I will say for sure is that I understand that ranked play is supposed to be have similar rule sets to the MLG competitive scenes that we see in esports. Like, for example, right now there is an esport event going on for Call of Duty in the New Orleans area, I do believe, at the time of making this video anyway. I'm not sure when I'll upload this, but yes, the rule sets for ranked play are pretty similar that you see these competitive players play against each other in esports and all these events, right? I kind of get that. But the thing is, I don't really like how much crap they banned in the game, you know? I just think that doesn't really make the game competitive. You're banning half the items you can use in the game and you call it competitive. To me, I think it would be a lot more competitive if you actually were able to use every single item in the game. Like, you're not allowed to use certain maybe rocket launchers, you're not allowed to use bouncing betties, which I kind of understand in a way. You're not allowed to use certain basic trainings. You're not even allowed to use light machine guns, which bothers the living crap out of me. They take out an entire weapon class area, and you can't use any of those weapons. You can't use any light machine gun type weapon in the actual ranked play, which makes no sense at all. And you're also not allowed to use any supply drop weapons either, which, I mean, I can kind of get that, because who knows, maybe they'll add a supply drop weapon that's actually a lot superior compared to base weapons that are actually already in the game. And of course, weapon variants in the game, I'm not sure if you can use weapon variants in ranked play. I honestly can't remember, but then again, it's not that big of a deal because weapon variants don't change weapon stats in the game at all. But yes, I will say I do not like the fact that they banned so many items, especially all the light machine guns. It makes absolutely no sense to me at all, because to me the light machine guns aren't super overpowered. I think they're pretty average weapons to use. And of course there's the Bren light machine gun that's actually a two-shot kill, but that weapon shoots so slow, you aim down sights really slow, you run really slow with it. I mean, the weapon has so many downsides. I mean, yes, it has a very fast time to kill, and you see so many competitive players complaining about the M1 Garand, because the M1 Garand is a two-shot kill weapon, and so now they're nerfing that gun for every single person, because basically they're affecting it in public matches, which I don't think is a very good idea. So yes, why are they banning so many stuff? I just think it doesn't really make the game competitive if you're banning half the items in the game. I mean, like I said before, there are some items that I think are pretty obvious that why they should ban them, like the bouncing betties. I mean, those things, once you heard that thing click, you have to immediately dive on the ground or something if you want to actually live. And even if you do dive on the ground, you're still going to be injured really badly. So someone could one shot you with a submachine gun across the map and you'll die. So bouncing betties and some certain equipment I can definitely see. And then of course there's some basic trainings where you can't see player gamer tags or something like that. I think that basic training is actually banned as well. But still, nonetheless, I just don't like the fact that they banned so many items. Also with score streaks, like they banned score streaks. Why can't they allow all score streaks? You're not even allowed to use a Molotov cocktail or a recon airplane. Now, the recon airplane I can kind of understand, because once you call that thing in, you can see the enemy's players on the map, and typically, of course, right now the UAV or recon plane, whatever you want to call it, is actually banned in it. So nobody runs really Mountain Division or basic training where they can't see you on the minimap, and I think some of those are actually banned as well. But I mean, I can kind of get that, because the recon will definitely, I mean, of course, the basic training or the Mountain Division will counter that recon, so I can kind of understand some things why they're banned. But nonetheless, I just really bothers me that you can't use any light machine guns in the actual game itself. Another thing I like to say is that they actually had this system in Black Ops 2. So in Black Ops 2's rank play system, they had two different kind of rank play. They had the really competitive one where it was 4 versus 4, but they also had like some sort of mercenary playlist where it was 6 versus 6. Now, why is this not a thing? How come every single esports event, like some sort of competitive Call of Duty match, it's always 4 versus 4? I don't really understand that at all. I think it would make the game so much better if it was 6 versus 6, because if you play casual play and public matches in Call of Duty, you always have 6 people on your team. That's just always been the case. Why isn't it like that in competitive? I don't understand why it is never 6 versus 6. It's always these 4 versus 4 games, and that's just something I don't really understand, and I just think that's something they definitely need to change. I don't really like the aspect of 4 players versus 4 players. I think 6 versus 6 makes it a lot more interesting in my personal opinion. But okay, anyway, those are my own thoughts of how to actually make the ranked play system a little bit better. But there is actually one more thing that I think is a lot more important than all the stuff I've already said, and that's actually the kind of players that are going into ranked play, because you can be the worst Call of Duty player in the entire world, and you did not play a single public match in World War II, but you can go ahead and play ranked play immediately if you wanted to, and I do not like that at all. That is something that I think is terrible, because right now in World War II, you can't necessarily party up with your friends. Like, for some reason, like, Sledgehammer is purposely making it where you can't actually party up with your friends in ranked play. There is actually a way to actually invite your friends to a ranked play lobby and you can play with them, but nonetheless, they're not really encouraging it very well in the game, I don't think. I just think it's kind of weird right now how they're doing it. And so therefore, when I play ranked play, I get paired up with random people. I have no idea how good of a skill these players are. I mean, it does actually show what like division and level of that division they're in right now, and you know, and that's why you can kind of tell if they're actually a good or bad player. But then again, those people might actually got paired, they could be very, very good people, but got paired up with bad teammates. Like, for example, I did my 10 placement matches. I lost 6 of my 10 placement matches. One of them was actually really stupid because my game froze, but I lost my first 5 matches, then I won my next 4 matches, then I lost my last match, and so therefore I got put into bronze division. And you know, I'm really not that bad at competitive Call of Duty. You know, I'm actually, like, when I played competitive or ranked play in World War II, I was actually very surprised how well I was performing. I actually averaged like a 2 KD surprisingly in those 10 placement games. I think I played like 13 games total. But yes, I find that quite interesting. I was actually pretty decent, but you know, people will look at me, they're like, oh, this guy's a bronze division, he probably sucks. I mean, I'm really not that bad of a player. I play the objective. I play very, very hard. I find myself to be more of a hardcore player than a casual player. And so the point I'm actually trying to get at here, you guys, is that I feel like you have to be a certain level in public matches in order to play ranked play. And the reason why I mention this is because my roommate who I live with in my dorm for college, he actually plays League of Legends. He plays it competitively, and he was telling me that in League of Legends, in order to play a ranked match, in like a competitive ranked match in League play, you have to be the highest level, which I think is level 30 in that game, in order to play ranked play matches. So that way, when you play ranked play with randoms on your team, you'll know that they actually have some sort of like experience playing the game. You know, they were ranked, they're the highest level on the public matches, and so therefore you know they have a lot of experience actually playing the game. That is something they need in Call of Duty World War II or Call of Duty games moving forward, at least for ranked play matches. In my personal opinion, I think someone should be at least first prestige in order to start their ranked play game mode. I think that in order to actually play a ranked play game mode, you have to prestige at least one time. That is what I think anyway, and so I honestly think that's the case, because League of Legends, I mean, you have to be the highest level, which is level 30. I mean, I don't know how hard it is to go up to level 30 since I've never played the game, but yes, you have to be the highest level in that game in order to play competitive matches, and because I think it's a great idea, and that's what they need to do for Call of Duty World War II. If you prestige at least one time in Call of Duty World War II, the game knows that you have some sort of experience playing the game. You kind of already have a feel of what the game is like, and therefore you can now access the ranked play system in Call of Duty World War II. That is how I think it should be, and you know, maybe it is like that right now. Maybe I'm just really stupid. And in Call of Duty World War II, the only way to play ranked play is if you prestige at least one time. Maybe that system's already in the game, and I just have no idea, because when ranked play first became a thing, I was like already prestige 3 or something, so I don't know. But nonetheless, that is how I think ranked play can be a lot better in Call of Duty World War II, and of course, how they can improve the ranked play system in future Call of Duty games. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating for whatever you guys feel this video deserves, and of course, comment down below, what are your opinions about ranked play in Call of Duty World War II? Do you guys think that the World War II's ranked play system is fine, or what are some improvements you think they can make on the game mode itself? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to my channel for more Call of Duty videos later in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.